Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is Ravindra, and in this video I'm going to talk about using free music for your YouTube. Before I start with the free music and where you can download or what kind of music you can download, there are three things that you need to know. One is the royalty free music, other one is the public domain music, and the third one is the Creative Commons or the CC license music. So basically these are three different licenses that are available in the market where you can download the music and make use of. So before we proceed with any of the free music that is available, it's mandatory for you to know these three things in depth, because you never know when you will get a copyright strike, or you don't want to be under any kind of trouble, especially after putting so much of your effort in creating any kind of content. It can be YouTube or any commercial event, but whenever you're downloading any music that's available in the internet, there are three things that you definitely need to know. So let me talk about the public domain music that's available. So public domain is something that is completely free, and you don't have to leave any kind of credit or anything to the actual content creator or the music creator, or the music composer, I can say. And you can even use n number of times. The next or the second type of license is the royalty free license. So royalty free is not free. So you need to keep this in mind, because most of them get confused. When you say royalty free, it's free to use. Let's download and use it. But then you get copyright strike even for that. So you have to be extremely careful. Royalty free isn't free. Well, you need to purchase the license whenever you're using a royalty free music. All those websites that are available out there, they're all royalty free. But then you need to purchase one-time license, and the only difference between you buying the licensed version and also the royalty free license is it's basically you pay one time and use it multiple times to whichever project you want, which is not the case when it comes to other kind of license where you have to pay for every usage. And also it depends on what kind of usage you do. Is it for YouTube? Then there is a different charge for it. If it's for some commercial or for advertisement, it depending on the company size, there are so many things and the charge will vary based on that. So it's going to be super expensive, and I highly do not recommend that. So instead, I buy most of my music from websites where it's royalty free, where I pay them once and I can use it a number of times, even after my subscription time is over. So I will make a separate video of the paid music that I use. I will also let you know where you can buy which is the best one, and I will make a separate video out of it. So for now, let us focus only on the free music. And the third kind of music is the Creative Commons or the CC license. Basically, you can use it for free without paying anything, but then you have to make sure that you give the music composer the right credit with whatever details that they say. Well, usually it will be around 3 to 4 lines with the website name, and there are so many things that you need to include over there. In short, all that you need to do is give the credit to the music composer. That's what they ask for. It's basically they want to promote their work for free, and you cannot just edit or modify any of those links. So whatever text they provide, you need to paste it as is. So those are the three different kind of licenses that you need to know in order for you to avoid any kind of copyright strike on YouTube or any social media for that matter, unless you're into some film producing kind of company where you do some advertising for some major bigger brands, where you might want to buy a separate license for that, which is not being used anywhere else. So those are the three things that you need to know. And now let us go to the websites where you can download it for completely free or with the CC license. I'm not going to talk about royalty free. Royalty free is something that I will make a separate video out of it. So if you are completely new to YouTube and you are running out of budget, or you do not have much of a budget, or you don't want to spend, you just want to experiment with YouTube, then you can always go to YouTube Audio Library, where you will find completely free or public domain music and also CC licensed music. Well, as you can see in the audio library that is available on YouTube, it will show you what CC details that you need to provide before you download or whenever you're making use of this music. So Creative Commons, it was clearly mentioned over there, and you need to provide them with the details. And there are these free music which you can use without even asking any kind of question, or you will not be asked any question in future. It's provided by YouTube, so this is the only website which I would highly recommend if you're going for free or completely free music. And you will never be questioned because it is by YouTube and you are using it for YouTube. The next website is the Free Music Archive. As you can see, the website has both public domain as well as CC licensed music. So download the right thing. If you find CC in it, give them the credit. That's all they ask for. Well, SoundCloud is another place where you can download music, but with the CC license. So make sure you download it and also you download the CC license details in it so that you can copy paste in wherever you're using it. Say if you're using it in YouTube, you have to add the CC license details in the description of the YouTube. So make sure you add it. If you forget, then there are high chances of you getting a copyright strike. So starting 2021, YouTube is now really strict about this copyright issues, because as in when you upload a video, it will check, by the time it has processed your video, it will check for copyright issues. Most of the things will get filtered out over there, but it is not 100% fail proof as of now, and you can still get a copyright strike even later on. But by the time you reply, by the time you get things sorted, it will be few weeks or at least a month's time, and you will lose out revenue if you're monetizing your videos. So initially when you start YouTube channel, you don't really think about monetizing, because anyway you have to wait for 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. As in when you add more and more videos, and once you start monetizing, it will be a huge task for you to edit the field of each and every video that you have already uploaded previously. So that will be at least few hundred videos to edit. So instead you can create another 10 videos. There are a number of YouTube channels where you can download EDM kind of music, which I used to use once in a while during my initial days for longer videos, where I wanted continuous, not just 3 minutes audio clip, but then I wanted some 15 minutes kind of EDM music was the best at that time. So I have been searching, and I have there are a few channels which are available on YouTube, which you can download and use it with the credit given to them. It says completely free, or it's in the public domain. Music is almost similar to the royalty free music, so you can still get few copyright issues, which is what I have experimented with, and I have received a few, and I had to delete all of them. It is not that YouTube will directly send out a copyright strike. First they will warn you, you need to correct it if you do not, and then you'll get a copyright strike. So I haven't received any till date. It's always good to keep your channel clean, because they look into all of these when they approve your AdSense as well. Then we have the Bensound, and there are so many other channels where you can use music with the CC license. The number of music tracks that are available is super limited. It's really low. You do not have much of an option to use it. It's basically to promote their channel. They give some of the music for free or with the CC license. So I would highly recommend you to use YouTube Audio Library. Well, I've been using this free music or CC license music for quite some time now. I have been using it for a few years, by the way. And one thing that I have seen is you never know when they will change the license terms, and you cannot keep a track of each of these. So I would highly recommend you guys to just stick on to YouTube Audio Library. You will find some decent music tracks available on YouTube Audio Library. And there are new music tracks being added on a weekly basis or monthly basis. So I see that new appearing over there every time. Instead of focusing on creating content, I've been wasting too much of my time in identifying or finding out free music and then go behind its license if it's free or not. I'm done with that, so I'm not going to use any of this free music. Instead, if I'm going to use free music, it will be only from YouTube Audio Library. Well, starting this year, I've started using paid music from Artlist, so you can find the link in the description below. In the next YouTube video that I'm going to come up with, I will share all this information on the paid music that you can buy, which is worth the money and which has the largest music collection in it, and I'll be sharing all of those information with you. So stay tuned, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you might want to check this card above where I have shared many more videos of this kind. So until then, cheers, bye.